One day, Jerry and Esther were having a seminar at home, and we were talking about not needing to justify your existence, that your existence is justification enough. And the windows were open, and at that moment, Party Cat leaped in through the window into the house. Now, Party Cat was never in the house. Party Cat had not before been in the house. It's a neighbor's cat, and he only came to Jerry and Esther's house for parties, and that's why they named him Party Cat. He comes for the energy. He comes for the good feeling, you see. And so, right in the middle of this seminar, Party Cat leaps in and laid on the floor right at our feet. And we said to Party Cat, "And how do you justify your existence?" And Party Cat rolled over on his back and put all four of his legs out and just laid there and said to everyone, "This is how I do it. This is as hard as I work for my well-being.
Right.
For I understand that my well-being is a given, and I just look for opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to let it in." And that's what your little beast is showing to you. In other words, this is how it's done. You're fussing and fretting about something, and your cat just says, "No, this is how it's done. This is how it's done." You just relax and let it in. You don't fret it in. You don't work it in. You don't justify it in. You don't struggle it in. You just let it in. Yes.
Thank you.
So are you getting this? Do you know that we've talked about everything that you want to talk about, even though you may have some specific details that you would like to chew on? Do you understand that you are the creator of your own experience?
Yes.
Do you understand that the world is not broken, just varied? Do you understand that it's a well-stocked kitchen with every ingredient imaginable? And you can pluck from the shelves and make a pie that pleases you? And if you don't want Tabasco sauce in your pie, just don't put it in your pie. But don't try to get it thrown out of the kitchen, because when you try to get it thrown out of the kitchen, it ends up in your pie. And then you say, "If it wasn't in the kitchen, it wouldn't have gotten in my pie." And we say, if you weren't worried about it being in the kitchen, it wouldn't be in your pie either. If you weren't pushing against this unwanted thing, it wouldn't be in your vibrational mix. And you say, "But it is in my vibrational mix. How do I get it out?" And we say, by looking at something that pleases you. "But how do I get out what I don't want in?" By looking at something that you do want in. "No, Abraham, you're not hearing me. I've got this stuff I don't want. How do I get it out?" By deactivating it. "Oh, well, how do I deactivate it?" By looking at something else. "But I want to look at this thing that I want to get rid of. I want to wrestle it to the ground and kill it. I want to deactivate it by trampling it, by bombing it, by voting against it, by joining groups against it." And we say, "You're putting more of it in your pie." "But how do I get it out of my pie?" By looking at something else. "But how do I get it out of my pie?" By looking at something else. Abraham, I don't think you're hearing me. Let me explain it to you one more time. I've got this stuff that I don't want. How do I get rid of it? By looking at something else. You mean just taking my attention from it, it will go away? Not immediately, but eventually. Because you cannot take your attention away from something today that you've been practicing for a while. But you can change the way you look at it. You can soften it a little bit. You can change your attachment to it by making peace with it where it is. So if you make peace with the things you do not want by saying, "No big deal, they're temporary." As you make peace with the things you do not want by saying, "No big deal, they'll go away. They weren't always here, they got in, they'll go out the same door they came in." And you turn your attention more and more to things that feel better as you give your attention to them. Before you know it, those things that were once really plaguing you will be distant memories that are rarely activated. And in time, they will be activated not at all. You are powerful creators. You are source in physical bodies. You are supposed to feel good, and life is supposed to be good for you. And everything that you want has been prearranged for you. Source has ridden the rocket of your desire, and there are things amassing in your vibrational future that are thrilling to us even to speculate about. As you relax more and make more fun of every day, and make lists of things that you already feel good about, and make better feeling lists about the things that you don't feel so good about, And you stop beating up on yourself for the things that you don't feel good about, but instead respect yourself and allow yourself and trust yourself and work to feel just a little better and a little better and a little better and a little better. You're going to clean up your vibration, and within 30 days you will be vibrating on a platform that is so different from today that the things that you've been asking for will begin avalanching in. And people who are watching you will say, "Whoa, what did you do?" And you'll say, "I jumped through the window and I laid on my back and I put all 4 feet in the air and I stopped justifying my existence. I said, here I am, worthy me. Let it in." There is great love here for you.